read the defense. He knows when to score, he knows when to drive, he knows when to pass. His head is always up. He's got a team high 42 goals, 35 assists, but really just an excellent playmaker, makes those around him much better.
So if Monmouth is going to do the impossible today, Noah Lodi needs to stand on his head. And the good news, Sheehan, for the Hawks is Lodi's been terrific all season long.
Yeah, you look, he leads the NCAA in goals against average with 7.8. Great save percentage. This is going to be a very tough opponent, this UNC offense. They lead the nation in goals scored, but Lodi has been phenomenal for Monmouth this year.
And what a story it has been for Monmouth and Brian Fisher, the only coach in the Hawks' 8-year history. He started this program from scratch in 2014 with 30 freshmen, 5 JUCO transfers, and a dream. And that dream is alive today, an opportunity to show the lacrosse world what this program is all about. As we are ready to go, the Tar Heels in white with Zach Tucci. Monmouth with Matt Sutar in Navy. Sutar coming off a MAC championship where in 3 games he was 75% from the X. Loses the opening face-off here in a sport where, particularly in May, possession is the name of the game. It's the top-seeded Tar Heels who come away with the ball first. And just like that, didn't take long. Guess who?
Just this starts with winning the possession for North Carolina. Just makes it look easy in transition. Justin Anderson, he's looking to pass, but he sees the opening in the defense, takes it, makes it look super easy. Great score for UNC just to start the game off.
Justin Anderson, who became a father yesterday. His wife Priscilla and him welcomed in Scarlett June at 8 pounds 2 ounces right on campus at the University Hospital. And 25 seconds in, Dad is on the board.
Big congratulations to the Anderson family. He must still be riding on all the adrenaline. That's a very exciting couple days for the Anderson family.
What a whirlwind 24 hours it must be for the senior first-line midfielder. I'm sure many in our audience know his well-documented story, but did a 2-year mission in Chile, then enrolls to play lacrosse in Chapel Hill. So he's the veteran, and now a father yesterday, and he opens the scoring in the 2021 men's lacrosse tournament. Make it 2. Quick stick goal, Nikki Solomon.
We knew this UNC offense was brilliant. They are just coming to play today. A lot of energy. William Perry just comes around behind the crease. Just excellent play. Getting into the spot at the right time. Nikki Solomon slips into space. This Monmouth defense has done a really good job of locking down all season long, but making it a little too easy for North Carolina to slip into the right space, get those feeds off.
This North Carolina offense averages 17 goals per game, most in the country. It's make it take it right now. 2 goals in the opening minute. And this is a Tar Heels team that's not even at full strength. They're down 2 midfielders with Tanner Cook and Connor McCarthy, both out due to injury. It's the freshman number 6, Cole Herbert, who steps up on that first line for North Carolina. And what makes this North Carolina offense so difficult to guard?
You know, number 1 is Chris Gray, who we highlight in the open, who is so good, but there's just so many other players, and really Gray's, when he came to North Carolina, it's elevated the whole team's performance. But just very unselfish team, great ball movement. And this Monmouth team, if they want to be in, they've got to play tough defense. They've been known for their defensive play, goalie play, Noah Lodi, and winning faceoffs. So they've got to get possessions, figure out a way to stop this Carolina offense.
Wide open in front, Lance Tillman. Jacob Kelly couldn't find him. It's Monmouth's first time with the ball today. Clearing against North Carolina has been a challenge for many opponents all season. Hawks do it successfully and draw a flag, so Monmouth will move to the man up here. And 2 flags, actually. So let's get the call from James Blankner, our lead official today, hearing from him for the first time this afternoon.
See this here's the first going to be the flag on North Carolina. And I think the next penalty is going to be on Monmouth. We'll see what happens. He's down on the ground. Oh.
Clear out, fellas. Two fouls. First one, White, 24.
White 24 / 1 minute. White 24 / 1 minute.
80. Unnecessary. 1 minute.
Blue 80 unnecessary. 1 minute. Blue 80 unnecessary.
So 5 on
1 minute.
5 for a minute with Dylan Smart for Monmouth and Will Bowen for North Carolina drawing the first flags of this game.
And this is just when you need to keep your cool if you're Monmouth. The unnecessary roughness there. We're going to be man up, and now it's even strength.
So what could have been a man-up opportunity for the Hawks is instead 5 on 5. First possession of the game, that whizzes wide. Colin Krieg, the freshman goalkeeper who won the job immediately after stepping on campus in Chapel Hill, earned this veteran team's respect and has really taken this defense to new heights. It'll be a tall task for this Hawks offense to keep pace with the North Carolina offense. We've already seen 2 quick goals to open this NCAA tournament. This is Cade Stratton trying to get his hands free. Didn't have the angle and misses it. Stratton's coming off a MAC title game where he had 3 goals and 3 assists, so keep an eye on number 2 in Navy.
Yeah, Stratton is their go-to player for Monmouth. They're going to need the ball on his stick a lot.
Bouncer. Still 24 seconds left on that shot clock. Three shots on this opening possession from Monmouth. None on Cage, though. Here's Stratton attacking from behind at X. Max Brooks surveying the field, curling around the cage, muscling it in, inches away from the Hawks' opening goal. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Hawks have to hurry here, Sheehan.
Just about enough time to get a good shot off.
Illegal screen, turnover, North Carolina ball. And now we're back to 6 on 6.
A long offensive possession from Monmouth, 4 shots, but then a turnover. So they were getting some looks on Cage. They need to be shooting better. Only been shooting about 26% on the season for Monmouth. So against a UNC offense, when you need to really value possession, make sure that their looks on Cage a really high percentage.
There's Anderson, 21, back on the field. This first line midfield running with Cole Herbert today. North Carolina gets more teams out of its midfield than any team in the country, and with passing like that, that's why they're making it look easy right now. Jacob Kelly notches his first goal today to make it 3-0 Tar Heels.
This is just great ball movement. Really just a nice cross-field pass. Excellent feed, great finish for Kelly. Will Perry with the assist. 19th goal of the season for the junior. Carolina, I mean, they are so effective offensively. Lead the nation in goals scored. 3 shots, 3 goals today. And there's a lot of nerves. I mean, we've talked about this. It's been a long time since anyone's played in an NCAA tournament. This Monmouth team, we talked with coaches and players, so excited to be here. It's just time to settle down. You can score very quickly. They need to figure out a way to win some of these face-off possessions. Come up with a stop.
In the opening 5 minutes of this game, it's been A Tar Heel blue tidal wave in Chapel Hill. They've won all 4 faceoffs, turned the previous 3 into goals. Here's Alex Trippi trying to get his hands free. Here's Chris Gray. Too much space. He'll usually make you pay. Great save by Noah Lodi, and hopefully that does settle the nerves for this underdog Hawks team.
Big save for Lodi. Just gives you a little confidence.
And give it away on the other end. And this Tar Heels team comes in playing their best lacrosse of the season at the right time. There was a point in this season they were sitting at 1 win and 2 losses in the ACC following tough losses to Duke and Virginia, and Joe Bresci has absolutely loved the way his team has responded. A 21-9 win at Syracuse, and then wins against Notre Dame, and then their rival Duke for a share of the ACC title in a 15-12 win. There's something to be said, Sheen, about peaking at the right time, and you get that feeling from Joe Bresci's team.
Yeah, he had high praise. And sometimes a loss, if you can learn from a loss, it's a good thing. Take away, you can expose different things. If you come away with a win, you're winning all the games in close margins. Sometimes you don't know what areas you need to work on. So they were really able to come away with some good takeaways from those losses, and by such slim margin.
Now, believe it or not, North Carolina back in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2017 as the Tar Heels press up their ride. 8 seconds to clear. And Monmouth does so successfully. Last time they were in the tournament in 2017, they lost in the opening round to Albany. So for their last win in this tournament, you have to go all the way back to 2016 in the national championship, that great overtime game against Maryland 1,811 days ago. So it's been a long time for this Tar Heel team to get back to the promised land, and they think they have a team that can end the season on a win on Memorial Day Monday. First save of the game for Colin Krieg. He charges out of the cage to start the clear.
Colin Krieg for UNC has been phenomenal in cage for the Tar Heels this year. Just a freshman, but huge saves. Averaging 14 saves per game in the ACC. Just some stellar performances.
And we asked Joe Bresci, what's the difference between this team and last year's team compared to 2017, 2018, 2019, when they were not at their best and missed the postseason for 2 of those years? And he said, we just felt like we were 1 player away. And then boom, Chris Gray walks onto campus, and the rest is history. And number 4 in white, ACC Offensive Player of the Year. Yes, the team is deep, the team is talented, but you need that superstar, and they have that in Gray. Another great save from Lodi. Monmouth can't clear it though, so the shot clock resets.
And to your point, Jay, when we talked to Will Perry this week, he was talking about just the emergence of Chris Gray and coming onto the program and just how he's made everyone else better. Everyone put in extra work, and not only is he a superstar on the field, but he makes others better.
And I asked Perry, when did it click? And he said, first practice, first scrimmage. We knew immediately that adding him to this mix of players is exactly what this team needed to put them over the top. Well, Monmouth settled in defensively to this game, but still looking for that first goal. The Hawks have played a MAC-only schedule this year, and it's no disrespect to the MAC, but stepping up from a MAC defense to an ACC defense in North Carolina is a tall task.
You know, it's hard. We've seen a couple conferences throughout the nation. Everyone had to adjust to this COVID era differently, but it is difficult because in the MAC-only schedule, they were playing teams like Manhattan 3 times this year. So you're in different type of preparation mode. You're seeing teams on repeat. Hard to measure up, and this is a unique challenge going up against the number 1 seed UNC for Monmouth.
Here's Max Brooks. Poked away, Will Bowen Tar Heels' #1 defender wreaking havoc on the defensive end and forcing a shot clock violation.
Great defensive takeaway. You see Will Bowen there, 1.8 calls turnovers per game, which leads the ACC.
Well, we were talking to Joe Bresci yesterday. He said Will Bowen kept hearing and reading that, well, North Carolina's good, but the defense is holding them back. And he said he took that personally. And now Bresci said he actually calls the defense in Collin Creek the strength of this team. And that's with an offense that scores more than any team in the entire country. Swatted away again. Dylan Smart picks up the ground ball.
The defense for Monmouth has been coming up with some nice turnovers. They've been able to escape this UNC ride. They just need some better looks. That's an excellent defensive play for UNC. It's another opportunity.
Here's Chris Gray. It's too easy. Chris Gray with his first NCAA tournament goal in his career. In transition, too much space, and it's 4-0 Tar Heels Sheehan.
UNC takes so much pressure in their defensive ride. Excellent takeaway, and they just excel in transition. And Chris Gray, you give him that much time alone, he will score. UNC with the lead. Some great conference champions coming out of that, but to get those at-large seeds, it is such a battle. Huge congratulations to everyone that made the field in such a trying year. All the hard work has paid off, but it is awesome to be seeing lacrosse in May.
Zach Tucci has won all 5 face-offs at the X. He's going against a really good face-off guy in Matt Sutar from Monmouth. He's averaging 71% on the season. Tucci making it look easy. North Carolina does have 4 turnovers, though. Hawks have been shaky in the clearing game, but clear this one. You just get the sense, Sheehan, that the Hawks need to see the ball go into the back of the net. Get an injection of confidence here in Chapel Hill.
You want to just really limit the runs for North Carolina, and even though the first 4 goals for them, they scored pretty much at will. They can come back. They just need to really get some better looks on cage. They've had some good opportunities, just haven't been able to cash in. But they need a little momentum.
Trying to get those hands free. Stick check and a takeaway.
Great check from Matt Wright on UNC, number 20.
It was Chris Gray who scored the last goal for North Carolina. That's now 31 straight games with a goal for Gray, including all 21 games he's played for the Tar Heels.
Love
crazy, Sheehan, is when we were talking to him, he's like, I've never played in an NCAA tournament. This is new for me.
Which is so special. I mean, he said, I've been a fan in May. This is something different in the air. Really excited. And you can just feel that energy level talking to the players and coaches, and especially for this UNC team. Yeah, they're the #1 seed, but they've missed out on the tournament back in 18 and 19. So this is a big deal. I think they appreciate and don't let these special moments slip away.
Here's Gray. Under 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Schertzinger didn't have the angle, actually hit his teammate Nikki Solomon in the back. Kept alive by Lance Tillman. Shot clock resets. Gray's gonna take his time with it. Great save, Noah Lodi again.
Great composure for Lodi. #1 in the nation, goals against average with 7.8.
The composure has not been there in the clear game for Monmouth. Right back to Chris Gray, 45 seconds left to this opening quarter. Tar Heels can hold for the last shot if they choose to. Here's Solomon, 15 seconds left to the opening quarter. Looking to make it 5-0, low pass. Kept in play, 5 seconds left. Anderson trying to make something happen. Justin Anderson rings it off the pipe. First quarter comes to a close. Anderson trying to cap it off. He started the opening goal. Almost had one to finish this first quarter. North Carolina looking like a 1 seed should. Relentless on the ride. Chris Gray does the rest. 4-0 Tar Heel lead.
William Perry.
Monmouth still looking for their first goal. Their first face-off win would be a good start. Dylan Smart scoops it up. They're trying to start the second quarter better than they started the game. They allowed Justin Anderson to open the scoring 30 seconds in. Allowed 2 goals in the opening minute. Since then, Sheehan, they've actually settled in defensively. Still trying to get something going on the offensive end.
Lodi's had 4 saves for Monmouth, which has definitely helped, and a couple caused turnovers. But that face-off win is huge for Monmouth. They've been so dominant all season long. But just 1 face-off compared to UNC's 5 on the day. So if they can get that corrected, get some more possessions.
Now they've committed 6 turnovers, including 4 on their last 4 possessions. Great shot there. Krieg went low to save it. This freshman goalkeeper trying to join some elite company this May of freshman goalies to win the NCAA tournament. Most recently, it was Jack Starr for Yale in 2018. Only 7 have ever done it, including our colleague Quinn Kesnick back in 1987.
Amazing company right there, just phenomenal. The goaltender possession is super tough in lacrosse, just to transition from high school to the college levels, the amount of shots, the speed. Big transition to be a freshman and leader back there. You got to be a special person.
There's probably some kids out there watching this game thinking, wait, Quint played lacrosse? Yes, kids, back in 1987, Uncle Quint was winning some national championships in goal for Johns Hopkins. Colin Krieg trying to do the same for the Tar Heels.
I must be old, because I remember watching him play. So.
Here's Chris Gray. Don't want to let him attack from behind the cage at X. A low pass there. Takeaway for Monmouth. Here come the Hawks in transition. They've struggled in 6-on-6 play. Maybe they try and initiate something more quickly.
UNC already with 7 turnovers today. They're #1 in the nation with the least amount of turnovers, averaging like 12 per game. So a little bit surprising that they've had that much. You see the graphic right there. Fewest turnovers per game is UNC, and already given up 7.
Well, when you turn over the ball fewest in the country and you score more than anybody in the country, lead the nation in goal score, that's a pretty good combination. Another terrific save, Colin Krieg, back-to-back saves. And now here come the Tar Heels in transition. This is Will Bowen, the close defenseman, initiating the attack. Bowen actually staying out there, camping out on the crease. Feed the big fella. Lodi, another terrific stop. Both goalies showing up in this first half. Krieg and Lodi, they've combined for 8 saves, 5 of them for Monmouth senior. A rip in transition, a stick goes flying, and that's another turnover for the Hawks.
Yeah, that's not the shot you're looking for at this point of the game.
Three goals in the opening 4 minutes for the top-seeded Tar Heels. Only 1 goal since. Great feed from Gray. It sneaks by Lodi. Not a great angle in the way Lodi's been playing. You'd think he'd have that one covered. Instead, it's 5-0 North Carolina.
I thought Lodi did get a piece of that. Chris Gray up top, the defense focused on him, but the vision, he sees a double team coming. Excellent dish. Love how he just steps back, Gray does, gets a little bit more separation, is able to get that feed in. Good score for Brian Cameron, just taking control of that ball, slipping it right by Lodi.
And with that assist, Chris Gray now just 2 points shy. As North Carolina scoop and score right off the faceoff, making it look easy. 2 goals in 10 seconds for the Tar Heels. That one from Solomon.
Great face-off win. I love just the passing, quick pass, excellent finish. Scoring in transition is just so important to get a couple of these goals a game. Great take, back-to-back goals. This is when Monmouth really is going to need to kind of win those extra possessions. Got to come up with some stops defensively.
Brian Fisher and Monmouth take a timeout. We'll take it with them. Tar Heels up 6-0.
Attention, thespians!
We're back. We're better than ever.
And we are going to blow the competition out of the water.
I got into the Youth Actors Conservatory.
I'm gonna FaceTime you every morning.
We are going to make this long distance thing look easy.
Okay, now I'm ready for the spotlight.
Amateurs.
You got this.
We don't laugh at people who put themselves out there. We cheer for them.
Hi, I'm a new customer and I want your best new smartphone deal.
Well, I'm an existing customer and I'd like your best new smartphone deal.
Do you?
Actually, it's for both new and existing customers.
I feel silly, but I do want nationwide 5G.
I want nationwide 5G.
Are we actually doing this again?
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives new and existing customers the same great deals, like the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free when you trade in.
Game 1 of what should be 8 terrific games to get our NCAA men's lacrosse first round tournament started. Sheehan Stanley, Birch, Jay Alter with you. Chris Gray inches away from becoming the most points in a season leader here in North Carolina history, a record that's almost stood for 50 years with Bruce Ledwitt's 81-point season in 1973. He has a goal and an assist today, so now he is just 2 shy of tying and 3 away from passing Ledwitt.
What an amazing milestone to be chasing, and Marcus Holman, that number 2 leader, such a fantastic player.
Another turnover there from North Carolina. Monmouth has been so shaky on the clear, and they give it right back. That's what you can't have happen if you're the Hawks out of a timeout, down 6-0.
And that's that area of the game that Coach Bresci from UNC really talked about, that they pride, is their just the effort in the ride, really just clamping down on teams, making it hard for them to clear the ball. Third failed clear for Monmouth, so they just have to move the ball quickly, take the extra time, understand that UNC is going to come out with a ton of pressure.
Cameron looking for his second goal of the afternoon. Can't find the back of the net. And Monmouth gets to it first with their captain.
And that's huge. That's what you got to do. You got to come up with ways to get the ball back in your stick. You're not winning the face-off. Run those balls up. That's a dicey pass. And UNC is just going to come right back with it.
Do you get the sense that Monmouth is starting to press a little bit, Sheehan?
You know, you want to take chances and you want to try to exploit the defense, but you have to be safe and conservative, especially right now. So it's a fine line for pressing, but you got to make the right decision. Here's a good opportunity, but they need to be, I think, a little bit more calm. Just take a second, get everyone settled. You can see right now it's players out just saying, slow down and get the right personnel on the field. They've had a hard time getting really good looks on Cage. Credit to the UNC defense.
Intercepted, and now the Tar Heels can run. Gray was calling for it as he curled around the crease. Didn't get the feed from Cameron, now receives it. Great rip running on from Will Perry, looking for his first goal after he has 3 assists. End-to-end stuff right now.
That's when you need that extra pass right there. You know, the shots, I just think that was when you're in transition, you got somebody open down low, let the ball do the work a little bit. UNC just seems to be really anticipating Monmouth's next move offensively, whether it's coming up with their stick in the passing lane, getting those turnovers, stopping some of the shots, or forcing some lower angles.
So many times, Sheehan, we've seen Monmouth get the turnover, work so hard on defense, and then boom, offense, quick turnover, quick shot, which pretty much is the same as a turnover. And the defense gets called on to go back to work. Chris Gray saved again by Noah Lodi. Eight saves for Noah Lodi. He and the Monmouth defense have done their part in this first half. Monmouth on the board, a flamethrower. Mike McIntyre, the junior, stings one past Colin Krieg. That's what the Hawks have been looking for.
Look at this take by McIntyre. A lot of spacing, a lot of room, gets to the center of the field. Great placement. Just like the shiftiness here, and there's 3 North Carolina defenders coming to close on him. He gets the shot off before they are able to make contact. Just the 9th goal this season for the junior, but scored in the 6th of the last 7 games. So that's finally a good shot opportunity, and getting that release. I think the last couple shots they've not been able to get off, whether it's a turnover or shooting into the defender. So a good momentum, but North Carolina has just been dominant on the face-off today.
They have won all 9 face-offs. Shane, you think about it, the way North Carolina has dominated this game, Monmouth probably feeling a little fortunate to only be down 5 against this #1 team.
And you've got the #1 scoring offense in the nation. I think to hold them to 6 right now is huge. Noah Lodi with 8 saves, a big reason for that.
Too much room again. Lodi bails his defense out. It'll stay North Carolina possession with a fresh shot clock. That's now 9 saves for Noah Lodi, the 4-year starter for Monmouth, and he told us he's going to be a 5-year starter. He will be coming back and taking his extra year of eligibility with the Hawks.
This is their goal, to build something special. They knew that this team had the makings to get back in the NCAA tournament.
Get the hands free. Another turnover forced by Monmouth. Kept in by Michael Quinn. They'll try and clear it through Lodi.
Smart move. It looks like he was going to chuck that downfield. Make the easy pass. Good time to set up the offense.
This is a loud and proud traveling fan group from Monmouth. They've been active in this first half here in Chapel Hill. Program that really is still in its infancy. Only year number 8 of Monmouth having Division I lacrosse. Their second trip to the NCAA tournament. Now this is their first time ever playing an ACC opponent. Freed makes the stop. Read it the whole way. This is Alex Trippi. What a goal, Alex Trippi. Terrific individual effort to make it 7-1 North Carolina.
This Carolina offense, everyone shares the ball. Great movement. Look at the off-ball players. Beautiful shot for Trippi. Takes them one side of the field, shoots across the other side of the pipes. 6 different goal scorers for Carolina today, this afternoon. He gets his 11th goal this season. First goal since that April 17th game against Syracuse.
That game against Syracuse was really the game that started this North Carolina run. Went to the Dome and won 21-9, and then beat Notre Dame and Duke for a share of the ACC title. It earned them the #1 seed. It was interesting, Joe Bresci for the first time in his career was on the NCAA tournament committee. Said, I don't want people thinking, hey, I'm on the committee and then we've got the #1 seed. He said he stepped out of the room for all the North Carolina discussions, and when he came back in, they said, guess what? You're the #1 seed. Tying the single season point record here in a Tar Heel uniform.
First season with the Tar Heels was last year in 2020, and he has just elevated the performance of all around him. Excellent goal scorer. Just look how his ability to read the defense. This is what sets him apart. He understands the separation, when to release the shot, when to dodge. His head is always up. An excellent feeder. He senses the slight hesitation from the defender, dishes the pass off. Just really unselfish. Just a slippery player, has got the power of the shot. excellent job of just giving his hands free, releasing those shots. Such a fun player to watch. One of those 5 Tour-a-Ton nominees. And he is playing his first NCAA tournament. Just crazy. Started his career at Boston University. Tar Heels had such a great year in 2020 before the shutdown, but this is the first actual NCAA game, and he's doing a great job along with the #1 seed Tar Heels.
Almost sneaks by Colin Krieg. I think he went off his shoulder, might have got a piece of the pipe as well, so the shot clock resets. Double team, sandwiched, great defense, and another turnover.
The UNC defense just seems to pounce and wait, understanding right when there's a slight hesitation, that's when they attack for the double team. Great pause turnover.
10 turnovers for Monmouth, 8 of them caused by that North Carolina defense. Joe Bresci might be right. Everyone wants to talk about Chris Gray and this Tar Heels offense.
So really getting the defense. The defense is really strong for UNC today, and they're reading what Monmouth is looking to do. So being more deceptive, throwing in fakes, more off-ball movement, setting picks. Seen a lot of offensive creation, trying to dodge from up top, maybe try to work it from behind, change your points of attack.
Monmouth has actually overcome the fact that at the face-off X, they're getting outdrawn 9-1. They've tried to even possessions, whether it be with turnovers. It's just that they've failed to capitalize. Can't get much going past Colin Krieg, who has 6 saves in this first half. We just showed you the defense has 8 caused turnovers. So it's not a matter of possessions. They've certainly had their fair share in this first half. They've kept North Carolina outside of a couple of spurts. 3 goals in the opening 4 minutes, then they had 2 goals in just 6 seconds in the second quarter. Outside of those spurts, they've played really well defensively, all things considered. Noah Lodi, a big reason why. That one bumps over his stick. 9 first half saves for Lodi. Ten on the timer for Gray. Surveying the field. Here's Cole Herbert, the freshman. He's got a hammer into the side netting, no good. And Monmouth, who struggled with the clear today, decides to heave it downfield. And Krieg comes out of his cage confidently to end this first half. And North Carolina defensively, with Colin Krieg getting the job done. She had 7 goals in this first half.
Lots of different scores for UNC. Tons of assisted goals. So really offensively, they've been doing their part. Monmouth really, they're defensively, you can't fault them. Lodi's had a ton of saves in this first half. The offense for Monmouth, though, needs to really just get some better scoring opportunities and get some points on the board.
The highlight of the first half has to be Justin Anderson opening the scoring, though. There he is, number 21 in white, the day after he became a father for the first time. He started this tournament scoring. Dad's strength on display, and the top-seeded Tar Heels dominating 7-1. Second half about to begin here in Chapel Hill. Sheen Stanwick Birch, Jay Alter with you. North Carolina dominated the face-off X in that first half. Monmouth tries to switch it up and takes Matt Sutar out of the game. Violation, so now 10 face-off wins for North Carolina, 1 for Monmouth, and the scoreline pretty much reflects that. Lots of turnovers and saves in between, but North Carolina, for the large part, has dominated possession. They've dominated the shots, and they're dominating the scoreboard.
They have really excelled the faceoffs, and that was a strength of Monmouth coming into this game. Sutar has been phenomenal for them. Only player that's taken a faceoff for Monmouth this season until today. Getting Colin Bosak, number 11, in the mix, trying to mix things up, come up with a way to get the ball.
Here's Chris Gray. So dangerous with the ball in his stick. This time assisting, stinging the corner. Cole Herbert, the freshman, puts Noah Lodi on blast. And the Tar Heels pick up where they left off in this second half.
Look at the vision here for Chris Gray. Brings it to the center of the field. Almost looks like he's got number 6 in white open. And then just he is able to slide down into space. Excellent job there for Herbert, just getting into a better position to score, creating some more separation. He was open for a second, but then when he backtracked a couple feet, gets himself in a better place to score. 4th goal of the season.
This time Monmouth comes up. Bozak wins it for the Hawks. Only the 2nd face-off win of the day for Monmouth. This is Max Brooks. Monmouth's struggled to get clean looks at the cage. They have forced Krieg into 7 saves, but most of them have been comfortable. The 1 goal came from deep, straight away in the midfield through Mike McIntyre.
Cade Stratton with the ball. He's the number 1 goal scorer. Just 1 shot on the day for him.
Will Bowen has kept him in check, number 2 in Navy. Calling for it and gets it. 15 seconds on the timer. Stratton working against Bowen. First team All-ACC defender. Trying to shovel it in. Krieg makes the save and then hustles after the ball to win possession for his Tar Heels.
Great hustle play. 8 saves on the day for Krieg and Cage for UNC.
When you look at the ingredients of what it takes to win a championship in May in this sport, you need goalkeeping, you need consistency at the face-off, solid defense, clear game, offense. North Carolina checks every single box when you look at how they're playing right now.
Oh, there it is.
That's a nice shot, beautiful save.
Even the ride has been really good for the Tar Heels all season and today. Monmouth clears that one, but they're just 12 of 15 on the afternoon. Lodi now with 10 saves for the Hawks. Bowen lost his stick, picks it back up and recovers. Here's Stratton. He's got the Tar Heels hung up at X. Here's McIntyre. He's got the lone goal for Monmouth today. 20 seconds on the timer. Deflected away once again. North Carolina has been so good defensively. Great communication. Feels like they haven't missed an assignment all afternoon.
Yeah, they've been anticipating really what Monmouth wants to do exceptionally well, forcing them out to lower angles, and even a couple of those shots that don't even make it into the goalie area. They're hitting defenders. Great team defense. We've seen some really highly executed double teams.
A team that's thankful and happy to be back playing in this tournament after they missed it in 2018 and 2019. And of course, everybody missed it due to COVID last year in 2020. The last time the Tar Heels actually won a tournament game, you'd have to go back to when they won the national championship, when they won it all in 2016 in that thrilling game against Maryland. Gray curling around the cage. So patient, picks the perfect pass. Parry denied by Noah Lodi.
That was a beautiful move to cage. Even better save for Lodi and Monmouth.
Hawks looking for a goal in transition, trying to do a little too much there, losing the handle.
I did like the press and transition there for Monmouth. They need to get something going offensively, so I like them pushing it, but just held the ball just a little too long. And North Carolina able to come up with another great ground ball. It's just hard to have those quick offensive possessions. You don't give your defense a break, and the ball goes back down the other end, to the other end with that quick turnover.
Monmouth's been asking so much of their defense for large parts of this game, especially with face-offs being 10-2. It's been one-way traffic. Lodi, constant pressure, and this time Carolina blows it past him. Absolutely nothing Noah Lodi could do there. Ryan O'Connell makes it 9-1 Tar Heels.
Lots of room for O'Connell here. He actually gets tangled up. He's able to get his stick back into that right side. Great finish. Gives a little swim move, then gets closer to the center of the field, releases that. Like how he took that shot right in front of his face. Kept his stick protected. Good face-off win for Monmouth. See if they can create something.
Now they've won 3 of the last 4 after losing the first 9 to start this game. North Carolina, by the way, 9 goals from 8 different goal scorers. So that shows the depth that Joe Bresci has on his roster this year.
And that's so important when you talk about championship runs. You need to have those star players. They make you great. And Chris Gray, definitely one of them. But so many different players out there that can score for UNC.
And they're missing Tanner Cook and Connor McCarthy, 2 of the top midfielders on this team.
Both out with lower body injuries, so it's a big holes to fill.
And Joe Bresci joked on our coach's call. He said normally he wouldn't sleep if he had 2 big-time players about to miss a postseason game. He goes, you know, I'm actually sleeping okay. I really like our team. I like our depth, next man up mentality. He goes, now, if you told me Will Bowen was going to miss, okay, we don't have the depth on defense that we do on the offensive side of the field, but... Chris Gray continues to amaze. Rear back and fires it past no single season points record that Bruce led with. Had in 1973 a record that stood for nearly 50 years. He is a point away from breaking, Shan.
We are on record watch. He has been so fun to watch. I think his spatial awareness sets him apart. Just so he knows where to go to get open for the cage. He can pass the ball. Great shooting. Puts himself in a possession to score. Reads the defense extremely well.
Rudy Beck, the skip pass, follows the shot, and scores! But a flag comes in. I think he landed in the goal mouth. Let's see what the officials decide here. Great individual effort from the vice captain, short stick defensive midfielder, Rudy Beck. Love the hustle. Not giving up on this game, not giving up on the play. But I do think he did land in that goal mouth.
Those flags going up everywhere.
Great point. Scott Lightman, our statistician, just said Forget the goal mouth. He landed in the goal itself.
What's surprised is helmet didn't get caught on the net back there.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to count, but great individual effort.
That's the best offensive sequence that Monmouth has had today. Good scoring, great rebound.
So they're going to keep the ball, and Alex Bresci is out for the penalty on the push. So 30-second man up, but wave off the goal. We'll see for the first time today Anthony Sardo, who has the Monmouth school record in man-up goals, the fifth-year senior, #1 in Navy. Very dangerous on the man-up. Here he is. Sardo steps into it, deflected by Bowen. Krieg comes charging out again. He's really comfortable coming out of his goal and grabbing that ball.
Yeah, he's very fun to watch. He just sparks the transition, gets it downfield quickly, whether it's the runouts from some of those errant shots, making some big-time saves. He doesn't play like a freshman playing in his first NCAA game. He led the ACC in save percentage with 54%, had double-digit saves in every ACC game. So he's been in some big-time games. Love what Coach Bresci said about him, how he loves to get shot on by his teammates. So he'll ask for 200 to 300 shots per game, and sometimes you don't have that with a goalkeeper. And it only makes the team better. So you love it when you have a goalie that's willing to get in there, willing to get pounded, and just, you know, help everyone.
Gray going for the points record. Lodi denies it. He'll have to wait a couple more minutes. Two great goalkeeper performances today. 12 saves for Noah Lodi and 10 for Colin Krieg. Both in double digits.
So it's like a matchup they want.
Great pass, but didn't come up with it cleanly, so Krieg claims it. What has impressed you most, Sheehan, about the way North Carolina has played so far today?
I mean, pick your poison. There's so many areas. I think the face-offs turning into great offensive opportunities has been impressive. But honestly, seeing all the assisting plays, I think getting different people involved offensively, been impressed with Colin Krieg all season in the goalie position. They look strong, I think, defensively. They made it an extremely hard day for Monmouth to get great looks on Cage.
Season. Chris Gray with that goal passes Bruce Ledwith, and a 48-year-old record now belongs to Chris Gray.
Just unbelievable. He attacks from so many different places on the field. He's a threat to score no matter where he is. And you just can't give him that room. You've got to be on his hands. You've got to get a stick on that stick, get a check. You give him space, he can just cash it in. 82 points in the year, amazing.
5 points today, now 82 in the season. And again, a record that stood for nearly 5 decades belongs to #4 in white, Chris Gray. And talking to his teammate Will Perry, his coach Joe Bresci, they just can't understate him coming into campus really just lifted the whole team. Without him, they wouldn't be capable of that #1 ranking. And that's not to say it's a one-man team. It's not. They have a lot of depth, a lot of talent on this team. They just felt like when he stepped onto campus, when he started playing with Carolina, the whole team started to believe that they could win a national championship.
If you haven't seen it already, you should go to the UNC Twitter page, and they have the call that comes in front of the whole team where they tell Chris Gray that he's one of the Tewaaraton finalists, and he's very excited, but he thanks his team, saying he couldn't do it without them. And that's just the true spirit of the game. I mean, he understands if your teammates don't pass you the ball, if they don't work you in the offense, if you're not catching his passes, he's not going to be able to put up these numbers. But really loved just how genuine he was and how he thanked his teammates.
Trippy trying to complete the slam dunk. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Tar Heels have to hurry. Curling around the cage from no angle! Are you kidding me, Lance Tillman? Carolina is looking like that #1 seed rolling in this third quarter.
Great take from behind the cage. Excellent split dodge. Gets his defender on his back. And look at the release there. The extension of the arms is what enables him to get this goal in. Unbelievable placement.
And make it an and-one. There's a flag on Michael Quigg for a hit to the head as Tillman was scoring the goal. Air Tillman coming from behind the cage to make it 12-1 Carolina.
Tillman, one of those players for UNC, seeing more increased playing time today with McCarthy out and Tanner Cook out as well for UNC.
Still 2 minutes left of the third quarter to fourth quarter to go, but it's becoming increasingly likely it'll be North Carolina moving on to the quarterfinal, where they will face the winner of Lehigh and Rutgers. That game coming up right after us here on ESPNU at 2:30 as Krieg makes another save, charges out of the goal again to start the clear. I love watching this kid play.
And he's got great speed, and he just explodes out of the cage. Love that pass, underhand, and just really just sparks the transition. I mean, that's what you want as a keeper, get that save and make the quick outlet pass, and loved his aggressiveness coming outside.
And Joe Bresci was joking with us too. He said, for a freshman to come in with this senior-laden veteran team, he came in with such confidence, won the job over, won the respect of everybody in the locker room. He said he's a unique kid too. He sings to himself, dances in the cage while the offense has the ball, that keeps himself locked in. Just shaved his head. He's got a mohawk for the postseason. He's played terrific.
It's really an impressive mohawk too. Somebody worked very hard on that to make it look as good as it does.
His teammates wanted him to dye it Tar Heel blue, but Mom said no. And if Mom says no, then it's not happening. Krieg has to hurry back into his cage. What a save. Denies Cade Stratton from point-blank range. They go right back to it. That will count. Dwayne Matuszek, terrific individual effort to beat Krieg on a great diving goal.
Stratton comes in and just unbelievable. Krieg was out of position, gets himself back in there to make the save, and then Matuszek, unbelievable goal, backhanded flip. Just not giving up. I mean, this is when you those second chance opportunities, you want to continue to attack. That's amazing score right there. Slips right through the defenders. They were ready to collapse on him. Gradson with 12th goal of the season.
I know Monmouth's down 10, but they may have a play on SportsCenter top 10 tonight. Let's cut that. Somebody back in Bristol. That was a terrific goal. Hasn't meant much in terms of changing the scoreline, but after the Hawks lost the first 9 face-offs of this game, they've won 5 of the last 6. UNC's defense at Collin Creek continues to be locked down. What a transition goal! Krieg goes full field to find Jacob Kelly, who does the rest. What a goal that is, and it all starts with the freshman goalie, Collin Krieg.
Unbelievable launch of this pass. Great score, great placement, non-stick side. Lets this one rip. Collin Krieg, I love just watching all the other surrounding players, and they're smiling, pointing back at Krieg and Cage. It's a good day when your goalie's getting assists.
What a performance it's been for the freshman on campus of the University Hospital. His wife, Priscilla, she's the Capital One Player of the Week for this Carolina team, Sheehan. What a moment, what a week for the Anderson family. Birth of their daughter, and then, boom, first goal of the NCAA tournament.
He was definitely running on adrenaline. That was an amazing first score. Congratulations to he and his wife, Priscilla. Just awesome news for the Tar Heel family. I heard him quoted as when he announced the team, saying that he told all the players, "You guys are going to be uncles." So this is going to be, and they were so excited for the two of them, and great to see him on the field, and so awesome to get that first score.
Joe Bresci said if not for COVID, they would have packed the hospital lobby yesterday with every uncle wanting to get a look at sweet Scarlett June Anderson. And Bresci, a father of 4 daughters himself, was bursting with pride with the prospect of soon-to-be father Justin at the time of our conversation, and now father as of yesterday, and using that dad's strength to get onto the score sheet. Just took him 30 seconds to score that goal. He's been quiet since. Sheehan, do you think he's trying to get a nap in before daughter comes home for the first time from the hospital?
We'll see what his sleeping arrangements are for the next week if they are able to advance to the next round.
Oh, there he is on the field, number 21 in white, top your screen. Got the assist there. Will Perry, fellow first-line midfielder, notches his first goal of the game after assisting 3 times earlier today.
Great shot, nice turn back for Perry. Beautiful placement, drops his stick low. Excellent job, just getting his stick free. Great shooting motion. Team captain, big leader for this Tar Heel team.
Come on, down!
Battle the face-off X won by Dylan Smart. Monmouth has fared a lot better at the X recently. They lost the first 9, but since then they've actually outdrawn Carolina. 6 of the last 8 have gone to the Hawks. Scoreline does not reflect any difference, though. It's still a dominant Carolina performance early in this fourth quarter.
Monmouth opting to change personnel on the face-off. Colin Bosak been taking all those wins. Sometimes you just match up differently. Change who you have on the wings, just to figure out something different, just different motions. But they've been able to string together some, not been able to get as much on the scoreboard as they would have liked.
It's a great example right there of just North Carolina defensively. They've closed down all the good angles for Monmouth. So while the Hawks are getting shots, they're not quality shots.
And that's your job as a defense, really just give your goalies shots that they want to see, force the players to lower angles,
Herbert with a burst of speed, tried to pass it off in the middle to Nikki Solomon, who was wide open.
Dylan Smart for Monmouth has been great on defense today. Number 80 in blue starts this transition.
Krieg there to stop it again. 15 saves for the freshman. That is textbook transition, and Chris Gray delivers again for Carolina, his 4th goal in his NCAA tournament debut.
Fast transition. You leave Chris Gray open, he's going to score again. Will Perry with the dish. Unbelievable placement. We gave him that opportunity to step. Perry making his first appearance in the NCAA tournament. He, along with the rest of the Tar Heels, they want to make it to Memorial Day, one game at a time, but a great start so far.
So Chris Gray, today's player of the game, brought to you by Capital One. You could have given it to many different players, including the goalie Colin Krieg in his tournament debut. He's been called on a bunch, made 15 saves. He's now out of the game.
15 saves and an assist, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that pass might have been the assist of the season. Put it right on the money, full field. Tar Heels closing in on what would be their first win in the NCAA tournament in more than 1,800 days. Would have to go back all the way to that 2016 national championship win against Maryland in 2016. They are well on their way. This has been a game that really wasn't ever in question. They scored 3 goals in the opening 4 minutes, Sheehan, and they've kept their foot firmly planted on the gas.
Yeah, they really were dominating possessions. Their defense was locked down. Carolina scored the first 6 goals of the game until Monmouth was able to get on the board in that second quarter.
You gotta get open.
Brian Fisher's game plan for Monmouth was, let's give them everything we've got for a full 60 minutes, and there's been no quit from his Hawks team. The goal was to get it to the 4th quarter, make Carolina sweat a little bit, and they just didn't have the effectiveness in the offensive end to make that happen today.
They've got 26 shots in the day, but 2 of 26. I mean, that's obviously not the shooting percentage you want. They've been shooting 26% on the season. So well below that. But just, you've got to credit the UNC defense. They've been really forcing them to lower angle shots, not great opportunities. And Monmouth just had to settle for some shots that, just are not the best quality. Pettit, replacement for Colin Krieg, gets his first save of the day. It's one of the things that also you work for as a team, especially in an NCAA game. Everyone's worked so hard to get you here. You want to be able to make sure that you get players that are sitting on the bench in, trying to get some minutes. So the bigger leads you get, the more opportunity is for other players to get in that have worked so hard.
That was a big topic of conversation in the lacrosse world this week. Is this game is so much more than the players that start and get to play in the game on a Saturday or a Sunday. And Joe Bresci praised his scout defense and his scout offense for pushing these guys all season long, and it broke his heart that he wasn't going to be able to dress them or even have them on the sidelines in street clothes because of the NCAA limiting the number of players that could be part of the team on a game day. And Sheehan, you made the great point, is that as a flag comes in, when one team's going to hold up the trophy at the end, right? Every kid deserves to be in that team picture, period.
I know. It's heartbreaking. heartbreak to put it, especially in a season like this, but it goes to every season. You're putting in the work. Those scout team players are, so instrumental in your team's success day in, day out. They're the ones cheering on the sidelines.
Blue 33, interference, 30 seconds. Blue 33, interference, 30 seconds.
Hear the official call there, but it's every coach we talked to this week and the players just referenced just how important the entire team was and how vital the scout team has been in their preparation.
Tried to get it to Gray right at the end of this man-up opportunity. Instead of turnover, there's a flag in. I think they're going to call that again against Chris Gray.
What a handle for number 15, Scooter Whiteside for Monmouth, though. Keeping that ball under all that traffic and pressure.
Did that go over the line? It did! So with a freebie possession, with a flag down, Monmouth earns their third goal of the game. Squeezes that one past Pettit. And Carcian, his second goal of the season.
Look at Carcian, comes inside. Opts not to switch hands. I don't know how that ball gets released out of his stick, but just way too hard for Pettit to kind of track down the release of that. But Monmouth will take it. Second goal of the season for the sophomore.
Oh, Brian Fisher was right, head coach of Monmouth, when we spoke with him this week, Sheehan. He said, regardless of the scoreboard, my guys are going to fight for a full 60 minutes, and they have done absolutely that. They now go to the man up as they win another face-off. Looking for back-to-back goals for the first time this afternoon. Love to see the effort, the heart, the hustle on display from the MAC champions here in Chapel Hill.
Great face-off win. That change to Colin Bosak has been huge. He's won 8 out of the 13 taken with his unit.
After not taking a face-off all season, Bosak. Oh, great opportunity for Anthony Sardo, the school's extra man specialist, with a great look there. They feed it right back to number 1 in Navy. There's Brooks. Can't beat Pettit. Goes high. Got a piece of that one, the backup goalie Pettit. So the shot clock resets to 80. Great save there from Pettit. It's important, Sheehan, that you have a second goalkeeper that you trust, because we see so many times in this sport, you see a goalie change to try and bring a team out of a funk, try and bring them to life a little bit, particularly in the postseason.
Such an important position on the field. And we've seen Krieg just how active he was on Cade, so you want to keep him healthy. But you want that number 2 guy to be just as strong.
Shot clock at 10. Carolina patient on this possession. They back it up with 8 seconds left on the timer. Just dump it into the corner, killing 80 seconds. Now 4 minutes and 13 seconds away from moving into the quarterfinal, Joe Bresci's team.
Great ground ball. What excellent hustle play, just relentless defense on that clear. Great job for Monmouth, come up with possession.
In only the 8th year in the history of Monmouth's program, their 2nd tournament appearance, their 2nd MAC championship, and you face off against the #1 seed in the country, a team that won a share of the ACC title, came in red hot, beating Syracuse, Notre Dame, and Duke to end the year. And no matter what the scoreboard has said, Monmouth has been relentless. They draw a penalty here. North Carolina 2 minutes and 50 seconds away from moving on to the quarterfinal. They'll get the winner of Lehigh and Rutgers. That game will be right up after us on ESPNU. Now we'll get our flag. This will be the 4th penalty against North Carolina today.
Slash call.
As Monmouth moves to the man-up sheet, and I wanted to mention that, you know, we're talking men's lacrosse here today for North Carolina, but Chapel Hill right now, the epicenter of college athletics. You have the women's program, Jenny Levy's team. They're the #1 team in the country for women's lacrosse. Both men's and women's soccer made it to the College Cup, which is the Final Four of soccer. Women's tennis is the #1 seed right now. And field hockey last week won their national championship for the 3rd straight year. So this is North Carolina. That's where you want to be right now if you're a student athlete.
A lot of these Carolina players are at that game supporting the field hockey championship. It's just so fun to be part of the atmosphere as a whole college, having all the teams with so much success. Dorrance Field, where they're playing today, the men's and women's soccer team also have played on this field, sharing it also with women's lacrosse. So much talent.
And when we asked Joe Bresci about it, he said it's no accident. He says as Monmouth cashes in on the man-up opportunity. Just want to finish this thought quickly, Sheehan. Joe Bresci telling us that a big reason why he thinks all these teams are having success at Chapel Hill right now is that every single senior got the option to return because Roy and Wanda Williams donated the money to make it happen. Just talk about family and what athletics means to a school. For Roy Williams and his wife Wanda to step up and give these kids across all sports an opportunity to continue their college career special.
So awesome. And Connor McCray, the scorer for Monmouth on that last goal. One of the things Coach Bresci just talks about at Carolina is just family on the team, just the whole athletic atmosphere. I'm
curious, Sheehan, when you were at Georgetown, when you saw maybe the basketball team or the soccer team do well? Does it push to the lacrosse team? Okay, they're doing well. We've got to push ourselves now to be even better.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, a different time in terms of facilities, but it was awesome just seeing them, walking to the weight room and just kind of passing, and certainly the success, just, you want to be there too.
One more for Carolina. And it's the senior O'Connell, his second of the day.
Will Nicholas with the assist, and O'Connell, just beautiful, nice bounce shot.
Great call on the assist, Sheehan. Will Nicholas, the grandson of Jack. Legendary golfer. As Carolina's putting their third and fourth lines out there for the final couple of minutes of this game. I feel like everybody who got the dress today touched the field for the Tar Heels.
Which again is so special, just being part of this. I mean, the NCAA getting into the tournament after everyone missing it last year. It's just a different energy, a different feeling. All these players telling us that they grew up, watching these, dreaming about being in these games in May.
Final timeout taken by Brian Fisher. The Hawks are going to soak up these final 19 seconds, getting to the NCAA tournament for the second time in school history. They've put together a terrific year of 8-2. Unfortunately, they just ran into a buzzsaw in North Carolina, particularly their goalie in his tournament debut, Colin Creed. 15 saves. He was tremendous.
Absolutely amazing. Just, continuing what he's done all season long. Double-digit save performances, one after another, seeing the ball so well. I was really impressed. Look at his run out. Excellent job sparking transition, quick clears. He was just really, he and the entire defense just reading it so well. 88% save percentage, absolutely amazing. And the assist, cannot forget the assist. His first assist on the year. He's dancing on the sideline, having fun.
And what's so incredible about his story is he comes in as a freshman out of Stony Brook, New York. Not supposed to be the starter. Comes in, wins the respect of his teammates, wins this job. And Joe Bresci said, look, he has taken us to a new level. The 13th year head coach at North Carolina, his alma mater's hoping that level can result in a national championship like it did in 2016. Well, it was a dominant effort from start to finish as the clock winds to zero. Number one, North Carolina. They looked every bit of that number one seed as they take out the MAC champs Monmouth in convincing fashion. A start to finish dominant performance, Shan.
Every facet of the game was really just spectacular today for North Carolina. 11 of the 16 goals assisted. Great goalie performances, defense really working together as a team. Winning those possessions at the face-off, just big game, big win. You look at that graphic, 1,811 days. First tournament win, and talking to Coach Bresci, saying that we were not going to let these special moments pass us by.